Chapter 27, Caged. In Memories. Yoon POV. Glancing at the seat beside me, I sighed heavily. Things haven't been the same between us for the past few days. Taewang was acting weird. He excused himself whenever a call rang, unlike before when he used to hand his phone to someone else to handle the chaos of the company when he was with me. I played with the food, remembering how these days he doesn't ask for attention, as these days I found him walking on the road of his imagination. His habit of making meals for me, sticking with me, and being all clingy and lovesick is absent from the past few days. At the start, I ignored it, but in the past 2 days, it was quite evident. His absences during meals and messages that he won't be home late at night. His early disappearance made me think he hadn't returned at night until I asked Sam. But his ignorance and avoidance aren't the problems. The problem is, why do I care? Isn't it what I wanted from the moment I entered this place? Hadn't I wished numerous times for him to stay the hell away from me? Then what happened now? Why his absence is affecting me so much? Jun Appa isn't happy with my increasing zoning out attempts and lack of attention most of the time. He already warned me twice, and if I slip this time, I am sure I will lose such an amazing teacher because of me being unworthy of his time. A few days back, I went to meet Haein thinking she would help me to remove that devil out of my mind, but the moment I looked at Prince, memories of Taewang giggling with the Black Beauty struck me like a bat. Prince's eyes were desperate for his friend, and I would be lying if I said it didn't sadden me looking at his sad face, which I never thought would be clearly noticeable. He didn't even touch the treat I gave to the other 3 horses there. By the look, I can tell Prince is going to give a hard time for forgiveness. I giggled imagining Taewang running behind Mad Prince or being dumped on the ground because he has to earn the ride from his best friend. But soon my smile dropped, finding myself back in the empty dining room where chairs are gossiping about me being alone again while the table seems to be smirking at my state. Why is this affecting me so much? Every corner of the house I go to, I just feel his presence. Every place has a few things to remember about, a few compliments to smile on until I notice myself standing there alone like a fool. All his compliments I never registered are now echoing in my head. My heart is craving for all those small acts, which became a part of my life. All those memories turned from simple moments are flashing in front of my eyes, making me feel even worse. Why is he doing this now after forcefully imprinting himself in my life? I know he isn't the one who claimed my heart, but he is the one who claimed my mind and forcefully claimed my life too. Now, why did he just leave me like I never existed? Am I a book too high for his reach, and now he is tired of jumping, so he gave up? Or a toy he was bored with now? Or am I a bet? The spoon fell from my hand as they went up, covering my mouth, which is holding a cry, choking on a scream as tears involuntarily spill, coating my fingertips. I tried my best not to scream, not to let out a sound to prove I am crying in this elegant hall. But whimpers escaped, making me clap my hands even more tightly around my mouth. I am shivering from all the feelings inside me. Is this what was his plan from the start? Is it the reason why he was so desperate to marry me? To make me feel what I make him feel? Was he kind to me so that I can feel something for him, anything? So there's a fight between my logic and emotions, making me insane, that I have to deal with battles inside out, and then he will abandon me like I am a bet. Just like I did to him. In the end, the world is round. Karma will find you no matter how much you try to hide. I shook harder as sobs escaped from my clamped mouth, putting my forehead on the edge of the table. I closed my eyes, which are no better than any clouds. He will betray me just like I did. But his will be worse, because he won't just abandon me but never let me cop up. I will be caged here my whole life, haunted by loneliness and craving for love, just like a woman in his lineage. Shaking my head, letting it give me some scratches, a cough invaded my attempt at self-harm, followed by a painful sob and dry hiccup. My breath is labored as another stream of tears escaped from my eyes. After everything I face, after everything I survived, is it a bet which will kill me? No, the cost of breaking someone's heart will kill you. A voice from inside answered, making my sobs worse. Why? Why? Why did I do that to him? Why did I mention him in front of Kai? Why had I accepted that bet? But another second, a voice brought me back to the once lonely hall. I turned to look at him, my worst nightmare in my eyes with a thick layer of hopelessness. I hate him more after understanding his plan of revenge. I hate myself for getting into this mess. I hate Kai for forcing me to attend Kim's university. His steps reduced the gap as I turned around, not wanting to face him. My queen, I have a sir. He paused as his hands cupped my face before jerking it with desperation. You were crying? He asked with worried eyes, rubbing the evidence of my sorrow from his thumb. Why have you been crying? Did anyone say anything to my queen? I looked straight at his eyes, trying to find an inch of fakeness. How can a person act so nicely? Did anybody hurt you? Sam. Cupping his hands with the fragile attempt of escaping, I said. You are enough to hurt me. Why would I be crying because of someone else? Knitting his eyebrows, he stood there like he didn't understand the meaning. Well, how will he? He never thought his plan would fail. He must have wanted to see my reactions. But what did I do? My eyes welled again with the question. How can he do this to me? A tear dropped on my cheek, hitting the thumb of the person responsible for this. A silent sob escaped as we were still staring into each other's eyes, trying to fetch the secrets behind them. Okay, I am sorry, he said, rubbing the recent tear. For whatever I did, I won't do it again. I hid my face in his torso the moment he embraced me, rubbing my back softly, making me sob again. I am sorry, my love. Don't cry, it hurts me. I closed my eyes, listening to his fake promises, trying to get used to this pain. It's okay, he said, rubbing my arm and back, trying to make me calm. I will never do anything which hurt my queen. His words made me hide myself deeper into his hard abdomen, trying to protect myself from fake hopes. My body shook harder with the thought as he fetched my face with his cold hand, making me look up at his worried face. Let's go. Where? I asked, sniffing back another sob. He smiled, making me stand and kissed my forehead. To find my queen's smile. Don't you dare to starve yourself again. He almost roared like an angry lion whose meal is snatched, while putting a brown packet on my lap the moment he settled in the driving seat. Why do you care? I rolled my eyes, looking at the finely manicured garden. Where was your care when I was missing you the whole week? Tears started crowding in my eyes, knowing he would betray me at last. I don't know what is worse, to know the future and not have the ability to change it. Or never having an idea until destiny decided to blast the boom on your head. I don't know what would I have chosen if I were given a choice between handling the betrayal unprepared or waiting to be betrayed every second, because you know eventually this is how it will end. Well, I care enough to starve the whole staff to death for their ignorance. He replied, putting on the seatbelt and securing mine in a hella expensive black car, which I never bothered to find out the name of. Well, why don't you starve yourself, being the root cause, I said, opening the packet as his eyes darkened noticeably when I didn't touch it. He smirked, roaring the engine alive, reminding me of the Fast and the Furious series. You should have known me better before saying this. Giving me the last look, he let the mechanical athlete run on the track. The ride could be awkward with my mind wandering around the horrible thoughts, while my eyes were busy collecting the tears I don't want to spill, not at least now, and him focusing on the ride. But it isn't, thanks to a packet of sandwiches. They were good, I must say, or maybe my taste buds registered something after so long. Turning aside to see Taewang concentrating on the uneven way. We hadn't come out of the forest till now, which is quite strange. I didn't go out a lot, but as much as I remember, we should be dealing with the concrete jungle by now. How have you been doing these days? He asked, handling the zigzag of the trees. Why? I crossed my arms after everything he dared to ask about my well-being. I heard you have been zoning out a lot for a few days, he said, shrugging his shoulders. Jun Hyung is quite pissed. You should make it up to him if you don't want to face his other side. Goosebumps spread around my body remembering his glare in the last lecture, where I didn't hear even a word and he dismissed the class, telling me to figure it out on my own now. I exhale. It's been a while since I touched books. Not that I would have been able to pay attention. Appa would be angry as hell if I didn't figure out a way to understand the concept. Turning towards the window, I looked at the woods, the only thing I had seen in the last few weeks. I sighed. Taewang is playing with my mind. I need to stop. I will help you, don't worry. He held my hand softly. You just need a hint. I nodded, again turning towards the greenery, not knowing what to feel. But a quick turn and the beauty of nature is replaced by darkness, the same darkness that is obsessed to consume me. I looked in front to find the light from the car is hollowing the darkness of the tunnel. Where are we going? I looked at Taewang, who was so calm as if we weren't crossing a black hole. I already told you, he said, caressing the knuckles of my hand he was still holding. But I didn't lose it here, I replied, daring to not look away from the light. We can't find everything where we lost them, he replied in a cold tone, too unfamiliar from the last one. I looked at him to see his emotionless eyes sticking to the darkness. Suppressing the urge to ask about his behavior change, I said, "And you think this darkness will return my smile?" I looked in front, trying my best to ignore the darkness, which is knocking on the door of consciousness. From the start, it has a type of effect on me, something which will disclose everything I tried my best to erase from my memory. His deep chuckle saved me from entering the maze of memories. Darkness is the reason people value light. His breath became heavy, like every word was taxing him physically. Glancing at me, he continued, "We can't earn light without dealing with darkness." My heart raced listening to his words. Does this mean I have to bear more pain? Is he going to hurt me again? What do I do now? My strings of thoughts were broken by eye-piercing light. Hiding my face from one hand, I tried to look at the thing I was trying to avoid a few moments ago. How funny, whole life we wish for light, and when we get it, it's so bright we try to hide from it. Curling my fist, I brought my hand down. This time, I won't close my eyes from the light. I won't seek darkness when I have a path to get away from it. I won't let it sink into my soul to taint it. Maybe I am not pure, but my soul is, after everything, it's still white, and I will do everything to keep it that way. Peeping out from the window, squeezing my eyes to get used to these bright rays of hope, I recognized a lawn with wild grass sparkling with fresh drops of water. Trees were the only thing I could see as far as I could see, with some wildflowers blooming as a complement. I looked back at Taewang, who was driving unbothered by his surroundings. Is it too natural for him to hide behind nature? Don't tell me he is a vampire or something. That's why he hides away from people. A pull towards the front brought me out of the fiction world. A smile crept onto my lips seeing him stepping out of the car. If he was a vampire, he wouldn't be taking me out in the midsummer in sunlight. Caressing the end of my hair, I shook my head. God, what have I even been thinking? I should stop reading fantasy fiction before I start threatening Taewang with the cross and holy water. My door opened, revealing the person I had imagined with fangs and red eyes a few moments before, with a smile on his lips. Taewang's face was glowing from the sunlight, erasing any doubt about his mortal existence. Offering his hand, he bowed down dramatically. "Give me the pleasure, my queen." A smile escaped as my heart started racing with happiness. How much I miss this. Even when I know it's temporary, I want to live them. Slipping my hands into his, I climbed out, only to notice an old stone-built mansion standing in front of me. It looked wild as compared to the one I am living in right now. The house was built with stones, showing its rough pores from afar. The walls were covered with vines, mixing them with the surroundings. The place adapted to nature so much that it isn't looking man-made anymore, blended itself with nature completely. I looked at Taewang when he tugged me forward. "Does anybody live here?" I asked, taking in the beauty of nature and man-made things. It's the balance we talk about, Nature saves it by camouflaging it, but letting it live. Not really. I look at him, confused as he softly drags me towards the door. Then why are we here? Before I could understand anything, he turned around, pulled me towards him, and wrapped his hand around my waist. I looked at him, breathing heavily as my heart skipped a beat from closeness. A shiver ran down my body when he leaned towards me, fanning his hot breath on my face. "To show you your place," he replied in a thick, deep voice, looking into my eyes. I opened my mouth to ask something, but he placed a finger, shushing me. "Now no more questions, otherwise my queen is getting lots of kisses from her king today." I gulped, pursing my lips, knowing he could do it. "Okay." I gave a curt nod, not taking any risks. He pecked my forehead softly before mumbling, "Let's go." What does he mean by my place? Is this the day he will show me what importance I have in his life? Oh, you don't have any importance in his life. You are useless. I shake my head, not letting my thoughts make it worse for me. I look at the back of Taewang with watery eyes as he pushes open the old wooden door.
Author POV. Surprises are happiness if given by loved ones, but sadness if destiny decides to give them. But who is giving a surprise to Yun? Taewang, who claims to love her madly, or destiny doesn't love anyone? Will Yun's fear become reality, or will Taewang erase all her doubts today? What do you think? Will the sunset of this day end their relationship, or will it be the reason for a new beginning?